Hi everyone, in this last video, we are going to be talking about what are NFTs. So you've heard about NFTs, you probably might have some. If you're taking this course, you already have too, so we probably should have a video to talk about it, so here it is. So we are here to answer the question, what are NFTs? NFTs, in short, are used to represent a digital asset that, unlike fungible tokens, are unique in nature. For example, if we had two cupcakes baked by different bakers, can imagine that these are really poorly drawn cupcakes, but if we had two cupcakes made by two different bakers, they would be unique in nature because they are made by two different bakers, and so they would not be interchangeable like fungible tokens would be. As expected, the ownership of NFTs are recorded on the blockchain using digital agreements called smart contract. And just like fungible tokens, because these tokens are on the blockchain, the ownership can be easily transferred and traded online using secure blockchain contracts. So you might be familiar with this by selling NFTs or buying NFTs on things like OpenSea or Magic Eden. NFTs are becoming really popular nowadays because they brought a secure way to create digital ownership over scarce materials. And also because they have this aspect of being unique in nature, they've become really popular for things like rarity, just like how we have rare Genesis blocks. So now that we know what NFTs are, and I'm sure you guys might be familiar with them already, let's talk about how NFTs go for sale and what it means to mint NFTs. These are the three general steps for NFTs. First, the NFT creator deploys a contract for the NFT, which has things like the name and the symbol for the NFT. For example, if we had this block over here, the name would be a Genesis block. Once the contract is deployed, the contract will have certain functionalities like mint, which is to essentially generate these tokens. So of course, the next step is to mint these tokens. Usually there's a function similar to something that just looks like this to mint the tokens. Once we mint it, that means that these tokens are finally recorded on the blockchain. And then the last step is that once we've minted it, we can start selling these NFTs on platforms like OpenSea or Magic Eden or Metaplex. So things like Magic Eden and Metaplex are marketplaces where we can sell NFTs. We are actually going to take a look at Metaplex specifically because we'll be using Metaplex later on when we mint our own NFTs in this module. So this is Metaplex. Metaplex is really popular for creating a digital asset standard for Solana. Solana doesn't really have a digital asset standard for Solana. This means that it has something called a Metaplex protocol, which they mention here, which provides standards and tools for NFTs. That means not only is Metaplex a marketplace, it also has things like developer tools where you can actually create and then mint and launch NFTs fully on Metaplex. You can also use the Metaplex SDK to create a marketplace. So as you can see, Metaplex is a really popular standard for Solana. And if we scroll down, we can actually see that it's allowed for around 15 NFTs to be minted through Metaplex. And if we scroll back up, we can see, like I've mentioned before, it has these certain developer tools like Candy Machine, which we'll actually be using in one of our later lessons to launch our NFT project. So that's a quick preview as to what NFTs are, and specifically Metaplex, which we'll be using later on to mint our own NFT. So that's all for this video. I hope now you familiarize yourself a little bit with what tokens are, and I'll see you in the next lesson.